The question is, are you team X-H2S, X-H2 or X-T5? Now, one of those appeals to my brain, one to my heart, but is there an in-between point? Remember, all this is personal preference. Your needs, tastes and budget will be different, no doubt, and that's cool. Some of you have probably already pre-ordered or own one of the 3 new bodies at the point of recording. Here we are, testing the X-H2, right now shooting this clip at 8K, output into 4K, so you know it's a muchness, but I might have a little play with the cropping throughout this intro. It'll be a bit random, no doubt, as usual. All the typical sample footage will be going on. The waffle from me, more importantly, what you think, maybe even your answer to that question. But first, we're going to take a look at it up close. So yeah, let's crack on. I am slowly getting used to this body as a preference. Still more into my T range, but yeah, I mean, the grip is nice. It's exactly the same as the S model, of course, when it comes to all the physicality of it. Nice buttons, lever, D-pad. Not interested in that logo there, but it's fairly discreet. Now, it would be cool if we could still have the functionality with the dials, but I guess we've got enough there. We've got the twin card slots with the CF Express 1 and the UHS2 SD. The remote in there. Do like these ports, as I said on the other video. Type C there. Headphone port, mic port, and its nice little door. And of course, the full-size HDMI. Very happy about that. Of course, this weather-sealed magnesium alloy body, which coincidentally only weighs 660 grams with battery and cards, has the brand new 40.2 megapixel X-Trans 5 sensor, and of course the X Processor 5. You can get 15 frames per second mechanical without crop, 8K 30p no limit video, 5.7 EVF, 3-inch vari angle LCD. Real cool. Now, just for the crack, the battery is the same as my T4 and they're stating 680 shots per charge in economy. Now, I found in the real world the figures on my other Fujifilm bodies are very understated. I generally get a lot more, so we'll see how this goes, and I will not be shooting it on economy mode. But yeah, definitely growing on me. This or the S model. I mean, if only I could have certain features of this in the T model, I wouldn't even have to worry about it. But yeah. There's not much that I can say regarding build and handling that I won't repeat in the H2S video, as they're identical. I do much prefer the fit and feel of the T range, but this is still a solid camera, ready to work, easy to use. I feel it will last a long time, and it's packed with the right ports and honestly dials and buttons for me. Even the internet favorite, the PSA-M dial, I find that to be actually very practical. Now, of course, your mileage might vary, but yeah, I am enjoying this more or less with Fujifilm. We've got choice, so no complaints from me. Anyway, after quite a lot of use, this feels very worthy of actual work, and I don't dislike it at all. Sorry, XT4 and the T series, I still love you, but yeah. When it comes to stills, expect the usual Fujifilm magic, but now, of course, with added resolution power. Pixel shift might be something I try a lot more for product shots, not outdoors though. So far I've got a bit more work to get into that feature, but it's pretty interesting. Now, in all honesty, the one thing I really wanted to see improved with Fujifilm gear is noise in high ISO stopped down, and that still hasn't been improved notably. In fairness, that 40 megapixel sensor was never gonna hit the nail on the head in that regard, but yeah, that's just something that I personally want at least a couple times each year. Now, as for faster shooting, 15 frames per second is more than enough for me and most of us, but look at the yes that's shooting us now if you need more. Stills image quality then is excellent, and other than those biannual group shots where I need to shoot ISO 3200, shutter speed 60th to stop those moving kids and strays, f8 to get everybody in, you're talking 80 people. Other than that, this is spot on. Face detection is excellent. I'm confident to use it in most lighting conditions. That subject detection is very fun. It's a little bit off the mark, but it's a very welcome addition that's useful in decent light as a minimum. Video, 8K is killer. Albeit if rolling shutter's an issue, I recommend you try before you buy and compare it with the H2S. That is definitely better for that. I didn't shoot anywhere long enough to have problems with overheating, but you can attach a fan to the back of this thing. I don't have it, but it's an option that might work out for extended periods. Now, for me and my locked off shooting like this, for example, 8K is very useful, if currently not that necessary. The only time I shoot off tripod is testing gear out and traveling, and I'm not taking this traveling, but that's a topic for another day. I would have loved 4K 120 frames per second, but again, it's not something I do that often. But I think at this level, it would have been a very nice feature and something I could have branched into a little bit more. Now, internal ProRes is something I want to get into more and see how I can implement that in my workflow for more needy shoots. So it's brilliant that that is included here. We are still getting exposure stepping, so yeah, it's not perfect for video. But is the H2S, this is still excellent. How does it fare then versus the more expensive H2S? Well, with the H2, you get way more resolution to play with in stills and video shooting, but the open gate of this H2S is very handy. And obviously the H2S is faster and better for run and gun video and stills. Dynamic range is pretty much the same. So in my workflow, I'm leaning towards the H2, but it's not a clear win. Stills photography that requires fast burst rates in sports and wildlife, for example, is better served with the S. But again, for me, not a big need. H2 win for me on that one. High ISO noise is a bit better with the H2S. So small win for the H2S for me. But yeah. The camera is going for £1,879, which will look steep for some, but based on current economic conditions, it's no huge surprise. Yes, clearly it's a big step up on the previous model, and I don't really agree with lumping an extra wedge on top of inflation, on top of the previous model's price, under the guise of, well, look at the upgrades. Anyway, everything is expensive these days, and considering what you get compared with the rest of the market, fair play. Out of the new bodies, this, the H2S and the T5, as much as I love the T5 for fit and feel, this one is all about getting the job done for me when it comes to stills and video work. And so I might have to get this one to upgrade from my T3 who's lying around over there somewhere and keep this T4 for a good while yet. Yeah, decisions.